Oh man, Trump, you might want to watch out. You got Harris on your ass now. Not no old person, got some young meat on you.
Yeah, so young at the right age. He's not old.
Let's talk about it.
I get money in my sleep, I could never be weak. I tell that hoe, kiss my feet, then it's back to the street. I'm
Tell
trying
me, Cardi B, come on, man, let's be real here.
Nah, not just because of Cardi
Yeah.
B.
A bill to prevent cops from visually or using smell as justification for search. We've seen a lot of states going that way. Maryland, you would just come on.
And the ice are beautiful Mr.
Yeah, we hear you.
Make that time turn 6-7 hours, and you be wanting to get out and beat everybody around you. Okay, that's just a glass dick.
Yeah, it's glass. So I always wonder what the hell is the attraction of
Y'all went addicted that he spoke to you about. Fuck that. Make the fucking album, Boost. You want to hear the fucking shit. That's what we here for.
Niggas don't want to hear that shit. His
Yeah,
fans
welcome
don't
to the
want to hear
Roman
that.
Empire. We trying to get entertained in this motherfucker.
Oh, not a chicken dinner.
Hey, my nigga, move this that shit when I said that bitch. That ain't no chicken dinner, man.
LBG, I'm not down in them. Here, I'm not down in them at all. But come out how you want to come out. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to come out.
The Bronx, any hood
My
of
nigga,
Bronx.
why you saying grubber? It's grabber. Grabber.
What the fuck this nigga talking
Knocked
about?
that nigga head off long time ago like they did that nigga Alpo. You see what I'm saying? Took it.
Directly involved in the court case. I was
For that shit is ill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard they got the dog on a 3 to 5 for conspiracy.
I know the money, I understand that or whatever. He got the following, so whatever crazy thing he said.
Look at me now, I made myself. We did it for the love, we did it by ourselves. You know the same story on the block, rock for guap. Now we building the business underground to the top.
I get money in my sleep, I could never be weak. I tell that hoe, kiss my feet, then it's back to the street. I'm trying to see a meal a week, I'm a wolf, you a sheep. I fuck that hoe on the beach, I ain't even have a sheet. 2 pints, not for me, that's for cuz. 2 perks and you ain't even catch a bug. 2 hoes, yeah, they laying on the rug. I got new clothes when I'm playing in the mud. In the mud.
Yeah, what it do? You got your boy Bush out here, undisclosed location out here in Jersey, Paramus, New Jersey to be exact.
Oh, you right down the block.
Chilling. What up, B-Rap?
Was good. Was good. You're in Paramus, huh? That's not too far from me, bro. You're like right over the border. Right over the border.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, your mic sound low, I think, but I might be tripping. Sound a little crazy.
Shit, my bad. I have my
There you go.
earbuds in, but took them out.
Yeah, there you go. Now, first of all, you feel me? It's a new day, a new dawn. It's crazy as hell. First of all, we was all tripping when Carmella became the first woman to be vice president, and then she became the first black woman to be vice president. That was crazy as hell.
She's also part Asian.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But once you get a little black, that's all. That's all we gonna
That's
say.
it. Yep.
She's
Yep.
straight black to us. But the race was one thing with Biden. Old man, see now going crazy. Actually, I don't know if it's true or not, but they said his health is not doing too well. But hopefully it is. We ain't gonna wish bad on him or nothing like that. But things are different right now. Things are definitely different. Trump gonna have to really turn up. He gonna have to know how to speak, know how to talk better, and get his point across. It ain't gonna be no, just a ghetto mess no more, yelling at each other. You feel me? Insulting each other, all that, because people gonna take that as some real bullying shit with him. So I don't know how, you think it's just gonna be a win situation and it won't be a fight for Trump. Like you must be crazy as hell.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a fight. I mean, I believe personally he's got it locked, but that doesn't. I mean, it's his to mess up. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's got it, but if he does not do the right thing, he could easily give this one away. So it's not just a done deal. That's for sure. But I don't think she has a fighting chance. It's kind of insulting. First off, like this chick, it's not even democratic the way this is going down. Like, he drops out, and all of a sudden, it's just like they just put her in there. It's like, whoa, hold on. First off, you do not appoint nominees. Okay,
No, that's the job of the vice president. If he dropped out, ain't it? Isn't that the rules for everybody?
No. It's the vice president's position that if the president leaves office while in office and doesn't finish their term, then the VP steps in and takes that role. That's the whole point of the VP. It's the backup man, the assistant manager. But no, as far as elections go, there is absolutely no rule saying that if the president decides to not run for re-election, that the VP automatically gets his bid. That's not at all how it goes. When we have a presidential candidate, that candidate gets nominated by the people. Like the people they vote on who's going to be the nominee. They select their nominee. This chick just gets appointed, basically. President Biden says that he's not going to run, and then he, in the same breath, says that he backs her as the next candidate. That's all well and good, but that doesn't mean anything. It's just he's got his stamp of approval for being a nominee. But again, that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't put her in the position. It doesn't make it law or rule. The way it goes is that we select who the people want, and that's not what happened here. They just put her there, so it's really not democratic as far as I can see it. However, she is now starting to get the votes for the nomination, but all she's gotten so far is just verbal. There's nothing official on it yet. So, this is just one more step of nonsense and BS in a long line of nonsense and BS that we've been dealing with these people. But
so you're telling me right now that they didn't make a choice and put a list out and pick a decision and say, "Oh, we going with her." They just automatically picked her, or she was appointed that because
did you hear anything about it?
She got the best chance to win. What?
I mean, did you hear of them voting and writing down and coming up with the top three and then deciding her? No, that didn't happen. They just immediately said her name because they don't have anybody. And I don't understand what the play is, because this chick is not popular, dude. Like, nobody out here likes this chick. And I'm not talking about Republicans or Democrats. I'm talking about Americans in general. Nobody's looking for this chick. Nobody's looking to her to do anything. Nobody wanted her. Like, I don't know where she came from, and I don't understand how she
voted
keeps being around.
She got voted in and she won.
Yeah,
that's where she came from.
She got caught up in the whirlwind and got dragged in. But like, I'm just saying, like, as of right now, I mean, and granted, this whole situation just happened like overnight, so it takes a little bit of time, and they will do it properly. But so far, I'm just saying, like, all we have is verbal nominations and bids for her, but there's been nothing official, nothing on paper or anything like that. So
you're denying the fact that she was picked by a certain group of individuals in Congress or whatever with the Republican Party. You're denying the fact that she was picked by these people. You're saying that, she just stole it or whatever.
No, not stole it. She was just put in, which is, this is, you get voted in. So far, she's been put in. She will, get the votes together and will be official, within the next few weeks, of course, because it takes time to do these things. I'm just saying, like, that hasn't happened as of yet, and she is the candidate, and it's just like, it's wild because they didn't go about it through any kind of democratic way or it just wasn't done. It wasn't done correct yet. It will be, of course, but that's not how this country works. You don't just do something and then go about it the proper way. Like, I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand how politicians, and specifically in the past 3.5 years, the Democrats, they just do what they want, and like they're not concerned about the rule of law or the way things go. You know, they just kind of do what they want because it suits them to. And
A lot
again,
of
there's
people
no
would say Trump do that.
Yeah, but that's not true. Trump can't fucking take a breath without getting ripped on. This guy can't do anything. Like, in fact, they wind up holding things up because of all the nonsense he gets. This guy's got to walk on eggshells everywhere he goes. But yeah, of
Okay,
course they
but
say that.
you're trying to say that Carmella didn't do the work and go ahead and
No, no, no,
run
no,
for
no,
vice
no. It's got nothing to
president
do with her.
and
No, it's got
win the
nothing to do with her.
election.
It's got nothing to do with her. She has no control over this situation, and of
She
course,
has
it's
no
gonna be
control. If
her.
she don't want it, she'll say no. What you mean she don't got no control?
No, 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 no. I mean, like, it's not like she just chose to make herself the nominee. Like, it's the party that nominates. So again, they did it like verbally. They say that that's who they want and everything. But I'm just saying, like, it doesn't. That's not how our democratic process works. It's not a verbal thing. It's got to be voted on and this, that, the third. But again, it's like this is all happening within a couple of days, and you can't put together and take a vote for something like this in a couple of days. This is something that takes a few weeks to put together and get going. But
All
it
right,
also,
well, Trump spent a lot of money trying to fight Biden and everything else, and he went through his budget. They saying, and basically now he got to change up his whole approach to go at her a different kind of way. You feel me? So
well,
he might be in trouble. You know what I mean?
oh,
Tell you the
absolutely.
truth,
No,
to raise the money.
this is gonna be a race. You know what I mean? It's not. It's like I've been saying, like it's a done deal. Like he's gonna be our next president. I firmly do believe that, but he definitely does have a race here now. And like I said, in my opinion, it's his for the losing. You know what I mean? Like he's got it, in my opinion. But if he doesn't act correct, if he messes up in some big way, or some bad stuff happens, or they make him look really bad with something he might have done, or even if he didn't, they lie, he could absolutely lose. But he's going to have to really do something to take that L. He's going to have to earn the loss. Like, if he just stays on his P's and Q's and does his thing and keeps it all cool, he should walk right in. But if he starts going all wild and crazy and doing craziness, then he could absolutely lose it. So we got a race. But also, one of the main reasons why it's Kamala Harris is because you have to understand all of the money that's been, donated to Biden's campaign, his reelection campaign, all the super PAC money that comes in. I mean, we're talking millions and millions and millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, if not hundreds of millions of dollars that people have donated to his campaign to get him reelected. Now that he dropped out and he's no longer running, that money would have to be returned back to any organization, any individuals that have donated it, unless, of course, she is the one who now takes the nomination because she already holds a vice president office. So in that case, that money would then be able to be transferred to her. But let's say they put up Gavin Newsom or, Peter Buttigieg or whatever his name is. If one of them were to be the nominee, then that money would not transfer and they wouldn't get that campaign money. It would go back and they would have to raise their own. So it just makes sense. You follow the money and you'll know what's really going on. So it comes down to that. They need that money to win, obviously. And she's the only one who can get it. So that's how it's going to go.
Okay, but you don't think, when Trump took that shot, allegedly or whatever, not allegedly, but to the air, and then he came up with his fist raised up, he invigorated his people. He put a new sense of pride in his people and everybody else, you feel me? We was like, yeah, Trump had it in the bag at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What the hell is Biden going to do to that? How he going to stop that? So now all of a sudden, oh, I'm sick. I don't know if he's sick or not. I don't want to sound, insensitive to that. But at the same time, it was mighty convenient. You feel me? They saying he got some real health issues. So I don't know, but I'm hoping I'm wrong. But at the same time, they like, okay, he did that. Let me do this heroic gesture and then make Kamala Harris run up. You know what I mean? After he
No, I
did
feel
that,
you.
how
I
is he
feel
going
you.
to win when Trump took a bullet to the ear? How you going to beat that?
Yeah, no,
That's how
he wasn't
crazy we
going
are.
to beat that. Yeah, no, you're 100% right. He was not going to beat that though. Like if Biden doesn't drop out and stays in the White House, it is a wrap, dude. But the only chance that the Democrats have was to put somebody new in and have them be able to fill the gaps or, stand tall wherever Biden was falling short, which was looking weak, not being able to perform his duties, basically just being a walking, talking zombie, basically. You know what I mean? Like the guy was not going to beat Donald Trump, but now that they have a better candidate, someone who's, cognizant, somebody who can speak, somebody who knows which steps to walk up and then is actually able to walk up them. That's somebody who you're going to get a little bit of a run from in this race.
Wait a minute. You said Trump knows how to speak?
No. I said now that the Democrats have somebody who can speak and who knows what steps to walk up and how to walk up them, meaning Kamala Harris versus Biden. So now they got somebody who's actually, a worthy opponent to some degree. I still think Trump's got this one, but like I said, it's all up to him to lose. If he starts messing around or being stupid, he could lose it. But I don't see that happening. I think he's in the zone. I think we're going to get a good race. But this is when the mud's going to start flying, bro. It's going to get crazy.
It's going to get dirty. It's going to get nasty. And a lot of people think Kamala is going to automatically get the black vote. But my observation and opinion, I don't know. I don't think so. You know what I mean? I really don't think so. Shout out James Hudson. You feel me? He tapped in. People think, people really believe that black people don't like Trump like that.
Yeah, no, it's
for the majority.
I think there's always going to be X amount that always toe the party line, even when it comes down to specific demographics such as the black vote, or the Spanish, the Latino vote, whatever it may be. But in my opinion, you're going to have that 20, 25, 30% of Democrats who are just going to vote blue no matter what. Doesn't matter what they do or who it is, they're voting blue. Mm-hmm. But I think a lot of the black community has now started to really hold these people accountable and ask, what is it that they've done for us? Do they listen to us? Are we better as a whole? As a minority group, are we any better off? Is anybody listening to us? Is anybody caring about us? And is anybody doing anything for us? And I think a lot of people are now starting to realize that the only time the Democrats have anything to say or anything to do with the black community is, right around a year before elections. And then once the election's over, you don't hear boo from them again for another 3 years. So I think a lot of people are starting to wake up to that. They're starting to get hip to it, that they're being used. And I think now it's not so much a red and blue thing. I think it's coming down more to who's going to do what, and not necessarily just for a community as I'm not saying the black community is being selfish here. I think that they're truly concerned for the country and what's really going on in this country. And I think this whole immigration thing that's been going on is really the eye opener, because you have an entire community right now that there's a decent amount of the community that is, whether they're below the poverty line or they're living in an area that's inundated with crime and violence and nothing's being done. But then all of a sudden, now there's all this money that's being handed out to people that aren't even from our country, who don't belong here, who have committed a crime in order to be here. And all this money's getting shelled out to them when, just a year and a half, 2 years ago, there was no money. There is no money.
Yeah, but people got money when Trump did that. People.
That's true.
A lot of people got money off of that, and people that weren't supposed to. You know what I mean? So we talk about shelling out money. A lot of that money landed in the wrong hands, and hey, that's
as
just
it
what
often
it
does.
is.
As it often does for some.
And everybody. The thing with y'all is y'all don't look at none of the mistakes that he made. You know what I mean? Y'all just blindly straight. I'm not with that, because I even think that being a part of a party is kind of wrong. Like, oh, I'm this, so I can't listen to him, or I'm that, so I can't. You know what I mean? Gang banging in politics, basically.
You make a great point there. That's I'm not about that. Like I said, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm an American and I vote for the best person for the job. I don't care who they identify with as their party. I care about what they're going to do and if I believe they're sincere. And that's what I'm talking about. There are X amount of people that are always just going to toe their party's line, no matter what it is. They're going to be a blue vote or a red vote, no matter who, what, where, when, why. None of that. They're voting Democrat or Republican blind. I don't do that. I'm not with that. And yeah, Trump has definitely made mistakes, and you have to understand between him and Biden, they've spent the most money out of all presidents put together in the past 8 years. Like they've added $9 trillion to the debt or something like that.
Insane. Both of them.
It really is. It's a bad situation. However, well, you have to understand, Trump is a businessman. We all know that. Dude makes money.
Well,
the guy
well,
makes money.
that's a big question because every time I hear Republicans speak on that, they claim Trump messed up a lot of business, and basically he's not a good businessman. He did build a lot, off of the $5 million that his dad left him, but at the same time they said he squandered mostly everything he did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's his haters. Check it out. The truth is this guy has opened 144 businesses throughout his time. I believe it's 144 businesses that he's opened from nothing and opened a business. And he's filed for bankruptcy in one of them. And I think 2 others didn't pan out. But there's a whole other 141 businesses that are thriving or did what they were supposed to do at the very least. Nobody says boo about that, but all they ever talk about is how he failed this, he failed that. Look, not all business goes 100%. You're never going to be perfect, But this guy's pretty damn good. But, regardless, that's, people are going to say what they say. People these days just love to say things with zero proof, zero research, and then refuse to be held accountable if somebody questions them. It's like people just say whatever they want. It's accepted because the news cycle and information comes in so fast that by the time somebody even gets a chance to look that stat up, you're a day later and they're up on some whole new different stuff. So
okay, well, as far as what you think is the main problem in America, one of the issues that you would like to deal with, because one of the things I would like to deal with is a crime in the cities. You know what I mean? Really attacking that. Y'all talked about Kamala Harris. Yeah, she had high conviction rate out there in California. You know what I mean? But at the same time, she turned it around and turned down crime heavily out there. Maybe it was harsh. I don't know, but I'm not with, like I said on the last show, the dead bodies dropping, gang banging, all that bullshit, because it's out of control. It's not like it used to be. You feel me? It's spreading. It's out of control. And a lot of people feel like, Carmella will really get down to business with that. And they feel like Trump ain't really concerned with that. You know what I mean? He's more concerned with other things.
I feel you. I also think that that's a huge situation, a huge problem. It's not only bad, but it's scary. And yeah, that's what she does, bro. She's a law enforcer. She puts people away. She holds people accountable, which that's a big thing with me. I've been saying it. Like, accountability is almost non-existent in this country these days, and she's going to hold people responsible for what they do. I think she's a bit heavy-handed in it, and I think that's her claim to fame. And she hasn't done much else, and she doesn't really know much else, but that's what she does. And yeah, 100%. We do need to clean up not only the inner cities, but just everything in general. We need law to be enforced properly and equally. That's another thing. Everything's about equality these days, which is a good thing, but it's gotten a little bit overhand, a little bit off the tracks. But if you're talking equality, then we need equality when it comes to the rule of law. It doesn't matter if you're a rich guy who owns this or does this, or you're a public figure, so you get off lightly, and then the average person like me or you or Joe Blow from down the block, God forbid, if we do something wrong, we hang for it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'd like to see some equality when it comes to penalties for crime. It shouldn't be a foregone conclusion that if you're a rich dude, that you're not ever going to jail for shit. You know what I mean? People steal hundreds of millions of dollars and don't go to fucking jail. Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me? But yeah, I'd like to see some equality for people who break the laws. You know, if you're a millionaire and you get caught doing some white collar crime shit, you know, stealing tens of thousands or even millions of dollars, I don't want to see a slap on the wrist, a fine, and some probation. I want to see what I would get. You know, 5 to 10,
Mm-hmm.
and
Hell yeah.
you know, a shit situation. I want to see that. So that's important. But as far as what I really want to see is, and I don't know how either one of these candidates can even begin to fix this problem, let alone have it be fixed in general.
Let me guess, immigrants.
No,
Fentanyl.
division amongst Americans. You know, this basically like a war that's going on between all of our citizens, between black and white and gay and straight and trans and whatever the opposing people of that is. Like, there's just so much animosity within our country amongst the people, so much division, when the reality is that there's not that much difference between us except for a few key points. But people are so angry right now and so mad, and a lot of it, I think, comes from media, you know, planting these thoughts in people's heads, you know, only running stories that sow division and make people angry. We can't hate our neighbors and our communities because we might be different than somebody else. We're all part of the same community. And the bottom line is we're all American. You know what I mean? We are all Americans. We got to start acting like it, man. Like, it's really dangerous to have a country that is so based on the pride of being American, and now that's falling apart. And you have people that look at our American flag and consider it a symbol of hate. That
Yeah,
is
that's
all the
fucked
way
up.
wrong and all the way bad. And that is my biggest concern. Is we need to get Americans back to being Americans and loving Americans and America, and we need brothers and sisters out here now, not fucking enemies.
Yeah,
Like,
but a
we need
lot of people,
community.
including me, kind of believe that Carmella will be with more effective in bringing that what you're talking about than Trump, because Trump is kind of divisive. You feel me? A lot of
And you know
times.
what? I don't know enough about her personal politics to say whether or not she is the better of the two. But, you know, at face, you know, if you take it just at face value, I absolutely would have to say that she would be the better candidate to achieve something like that. However, I don't even know how either of them could even begin to get this to work, because this is a real problem that doesn't have a good solution, because this has been an issue in our country for forever. Forever it's been an issue, and sometimes it gets better, sometimes it gets worse. But right now it's been pretty rough lately. And I don't see how it's not going to be an easy fix. But I think that's something that's got to have to be worked on for the next 20 plus years. I think it's going to take a lot of time, man. A lot of
Mm.
time. And what it comes down to is, it comes down to being informed and educated. And I don't mean like formal education, like going to school. I mean informed and educated about what's really going on between the people in America, and if there's really, really real problems, or if it's kind of just the same old stuff, but it's being really, really like focused and zoomed in on by the media that makes it seem far worse than it actually really is out here.
Mm.
Uh, but I know it doesn't look or sound good, and I just want Americans to just respect the fact that we're all American, and no matter how much difference we have between us, it's really small compared to how much we have in common.
That's
And
true.
it
That's true.
and it
But
just upsets me, man. It upsets me because we're better than that. We're all better than that, and we deserve better than that. Like, we don't need to be fighting with each other, bro. We got too much other people out there hating on us. We got to come together. We
these
really do.
countries are monarchies. They live better. They got less crime and they've got more unison and shit like that in their countries, which is crazy. But we got a democracy. But a lot of people feel like Trump, he's doing this because it's a bravado thing. Really, he wants to show that he could. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's more of the issue than he caring for the country. It's more he got to win and he's going to win this shit again. You feel me? And that's what it is.
Yeah, it might be, but I also think that like he might not necessarily focus on bringing the people together. Like, I mean, obviously it's something that he's aware of, and it's something that he's going to try to implement some kind of strategy. But I think personally, I think the way that he's looking at it is, if I can get the country back on track financially, and I can get, you know, our enemies and any threats to us right now from other countries neutralized, once he's able to achieve those two things, I think it'll be a lot easier for Americans to settle down and stop being so angry and stop being so up in arms about shit, because we're no longer going to be receiving threats in the outside world, and because, you know, finances, which right now are kind of all over the place, if he can get those settled down and he can eliminate or at least modulate uh, you know, the hating and the bullshit coming from outside of the country towards us. If we can get those two things on track, I think a lot of other things fall in line and follow suit. So I don't know if he's going to take a direct action approach, or if he's going to fix the problems around it and then kind of let people fix this one themselves, because we're in a comfortable spot knowing that we're not in so much, you know, so much bad energy coming at us in general. So I don't know, man, but I don't know. Bringing people together doesn't really seem like Trump's strong suit, or even if he's good at it, it doesn't seem like people are going to be too accepting of him trying to make that happen. So I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if he can fix my biggest concern, but he can fix a lot of other concerns, and maybe we can, as a people, put this one on our shoulders, and we have to be the ones out there to fix it. Because bottom line is, we don't need, and we can't even ask a president to fix our community issues. That's us as a community. We need to be the ones to fix that. And this is where local politicians, but just everyday people, everyday citizens, that's where we come in. That's our fucking job to fix. And I think we can do it. I think we can. It's just, there's a lot of stuff that's up in the air right now. And it's kind of scary, man. We're in some wild times right now. We're on the edge, you know, and I think we're going to be all right. Things are going to go good, but it's going to take some real work and a lot of honesty with ourselves.
Carmella gonna win, bro. Y'all didn't think she was gonna win the
Chill,
vice
bro.
president.
Look, I'm not hating on her. You know, like, I wish her a good race, and in the end, whoever does win, that's who my president's going to be, and that's who I'm going to, after that, support, because I care about our country, and that's what we got to do.
Yeah, right.
But
You never supported Biden. Why you sitting here lying, trying to
that's
be
not true.
old,
No, that's
say
not. No,
candidacy?
no. Hold on. Just because I don't like somebody's politics does not mean that I'm against them at all. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, I'm for America, and I support the people that are elected in our country. Just because I didn't vote for them doesn't mean that they don't deserve it. Doesn't mean that they don't
You're
deserve my
full of shit.
respect.
You might have been one
That's
of them
not
people that
not
rushed the
true.
Capitol. You one of them type of
Absolutely
people.
not.
Now cut it out.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like I told
So
you, I didn't vote for Barack Obama. It wasn't because I didn't want to vote for him. It was just that I felt that my vote was better placed for what's his name at the time? I can't think of his name, but
whatever.
anyway.
So you trying to sweeten it up and make it sound cool and everything else.
No,
Just
no.
be
What I'm
honest
saying
here.
is,
You don't got to be
no, that's
politically
what I'm trying.
correct or
That's what
none
I'm
of that
doing.
shit.
That's what I'm
Nah, you
doing.
on
I'm
some
saying
bullshit,
I
bro.
didn't vote for Barack Obama, but I was very proud of our country. That the next day when they announced that he won the election, I was proud of our country. I was proud of him. I was proud of the people, and I knew that it was historic. And I even felt like a little bit bad, like I didn't get down on something that was so awesome. But
Yeah,
you know,
whatever.
I voted for who I voted for. But
We
no,
could
man,
pull up
yo,
the
look.
footage of you. You know, you were
Oh,
quite upset,
I
and you
critique,
felt like,
and I talk shit for sure.
they cheated Trump out of the election.
I
You
never
was one
said
of
that.
those
No,
people.
no, no. I never said that. I just said that there was definitely stuff going on that may have led to it, but who fucking knows? I mean, I know I saw a video of ballots, whole boxes of ballots being slid under tables and not acknowledged. I mean, I saw that, but who knows, man? Who knows? But at the end of the day, whoever winds up in the office, I will support them as an American, 100%. Because what am I going to do? Hate on the person for 4 years? I mean, I critique them, and if they're doing stuff that I don't like and I don't approve of, I'm absolutely going to voice my opinion. But at the end of the
If
day, I'm
she
absolutely
wins,
voting.
she can't fucking breathe wrong without everybody talking
And
crazy.
neither can Trump.
Guaranteed.
Neither can Trump. Yo, they shot dude, bro. They shot dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Neither could
nobody's
Trump.
going to
Trump
have
could
an
do
easy ride
whatever. He
here.
talk crazy. He you know he do what he do. Now, if somebody else do that shit that he be doing, you know what I mean? Nah.
Yeah, no, of course. But I mean, look, it's not like dude's got an easy pass, bro. He got shot, bro. He got shot like a half inch the other way, and we're watching his brains spray all over the third row. But
He got a baby gash. It was a
bro,
baby
that's
gash.
yeah, but a baby gash from a 223 round, that's crazy, bro. They shot dude in the face. Thank God it just hit his ear, but that's crazy. And if this had happened to Biden, I would be just as upset because I don't play that shit. But that's not
You'll
true.
be laughing.
No, I
You'll
would.
be laughing about it.
No. Don't. It's all fun and games, and we joke around. But I'm 110% real. No way in hell, bro. I do not fuck with that at all. No way. No way. I think it's deplorable what happened, and I don't care if it happened to Trump or whoever. It doesn't matter who it happened to. We don't do that here. Like that shit has never taken place in my lifetime, bro. The last time it happened was the year before I was born, and I'd never seen that in my lifetime. And it sickens me that it happened. I don't care who it happened to. It shouldn't happen to anybody in our country, especially politically.
Especially our president.
Yeah, I'm saying, bro, like, regardless of how you feel about the president or what your politics are, the bottom line is once that person is put in office, that's our president, and we got to rock behind that person,
Yeah, for
regardless.
sure.
We have to.
I agree
We have
with that.
to. It's a really it's like we said, man. It's a very sad day that happened, bro. It's really bad. But
You say we
I
got to
think
rock with him, but every
we
president
do.
go through the bullshit from the media and everywhere else. Whoever wins, you got the left wing media and the right wing media,
Yeah,
and the people that watch that they talk at work and that's hating basically though, because in some
sure.
countries you speaking on the king, you speaking on the boss, your ass get
You
killed.
die.
They cut your
Yeah,
tongue out. That's like
yeah.
fucking what treason or some shit. Not
Mm.
that, but I'm just saying like. But out
No,
here,
that.
you know,
Yeah. Well,
you
that's
got
the good thing about being in America is that we can have our opinions and we can even voice them. Lately, it's been a little dicey, but we do have freedom of speech to some extent. um, but yeah, man, it's the bottom line is, look, and I'm guilty of it too. I get caught up talking shit, but at the end of the day, I do respect our elected officials. And you have to, but I do. And just because I talk crazy and wild, bottom line is if I were to meet the president, whether I voted for them or not, whether I liked them or not, I would call them sir or ma'am. I'd shake their hand, and it would be something that I would never forget. And I'd be happy that I got a chance, regardless of who it is, because that's the leader of the free world, and that's my leader. Whether or not I chose him, I live in a country where I'm happy that I live in this country because even if I didn't pick the guy, I'm still going to rock behind him, and I expect the same from everybody else. And for the most part, that's what we have for the most part. But another big thing is something needs to be done with the media, the mainstream media, that which at this point is, in my opinion, I don't know who even listens to them anymore. You know what I mean? Like maybe old people, but like the younger generations, like we get our news and our information from other places. Granted, that's not always the best, but it's not like mainstream media has a good track record and we can trust them. That's we can't. So finding alternate sources, you have to be diligent and figure out who you're listening to and do your research on them and whether or not they're trustworthy or not. But mainstream media needs to be cleaned up. And again, I'm going to use this word, I'm beating it to death, but accountability. You can't be on the news lying to people, purposely lying to people, knowingly lying to the masses, because things can happen and it's a very dangerous game. And we need to start seeing some people, maybe have some charges brought against them for inciting violence and riots and social uprisings and just nonsense in general, because what these people say in the news, it matters, and
yeah, but
people
you're
react to
speaking
it.
very vaguely. We need at least one example because you said they lying and all of this shit. I don't know
I
about all
mean,
that. You know what I mean?
look, they're as far as I'm concerned, they lost whatever trust I had in mainstream media. They lost it when they lied to us about weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. That was the start of it, and that wasn't even the start of it, but that was the glaring like that was the glaring point of where we realized, wow, these people really are lying to us for an agenda, and it's just been worse and worse and worse. But like right now, like it's not even that what they necessarily lie about, it's what they don't tell us, what they omit. And omitting the truth, not mentioning something that's true, that's also lying. You know what I mean? But there's a lot that they do talk about that's not true, and then there's a lot that they don't even bother to mention or clear up or clarify, and they just let things go that they also know is not true. They're not honest. I want to see corporate media be held accountable for whether or not they tell the truth, but also I want to see them lose the whole opinion thing. I don't care about your politics. I don't care what your owner or the company that owns your media outlet, I don't care what their politics are, what their concepts and their ideas are. I want the news from you. Tell me what happened. Give me the facts. I don't care what you think. I don't care what your owners think or what your sponsors think. And I sure as hell don't want to be watching ABC News, having them tell me about what's going on, with the whole the C-19 thing that was going on, and they're telling us about this, that, the third, and everything going on with the pandemic. And then when the show wraps, it says brought to you by Pfizer. I don't want to
Yeah,
see
but that's what it's about.
our
Money.
media outlets
Everything's about
controlled
money.
by fucking exactly. But I don't
And
want
these hosts like Wolf Blitzer and these all different hosts that take on, stance on different sides,
yeah
they get paid and they have a following
yeah
for these extreme things that they're saying or whatever else, attacking the other side. It's like watching sports almost. That's why
right,
my
and that's
pop,
cool and
everybody
all.
like to watch, politics and Sunday, what's that, Meet
Sure,
the Press and all that
meet the
shit.
press, yeah,
It's
and
just
that's
what we
cool and
do,
all.
podcasting and talking shit. They regular people that's just talking shit, you know what I mean? But at the
Right,
same
and that's
time,
cool and all.
when
And
you're
they can have a
concerning the
show.
country, it's and persuading people, it's a little crazy on mass media, you know what I mean?
Agreed. And you know what? They can have their opinions and they can have their shows with their opinions talking about it. But let's have their shows and let it be known that it's entertainment and their opinion. And then let's have the actual news. We'll take a half hour for local news and then a half hour for world news, right? So in that hour, we're getting nothing but the facts, just straight facts. And that's it. And then after that, you can go into the Wolf Blitzers and all these personal entertainment, politics, that's fine. But we need just a solid everyday, a rundown of what's really going on out here and literally just tell us what the facts are, not your opinion, not what it looks like to you based on what you think. Just tell us what it is and what it ain't, and then get into your bullshit after that.
Yeah, because that's the flaw about democracy, and it becomes a popularity test
Yeah.
contest. Say ABC got the hot guy, and the hot guy happens to be a pause, but you know what I mean? And he happens
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be a
yeah.
Democrat or
Feel you.
Republican, and he's got more popular because he's the cool guy, he's the best, whatever, got the most following. So he's prone to sway the vote, you feel me? So it's crazy.
Yeah,
It's kind of crazy.
absolutely. And then aside from just setting some boundaries as to what's considered news and then what's considered opinion-based entertainment of news. There's got to be a very specific line about that. And then, like I said, if you have people in the media that are pushing nonsense and saying things that are inflammatory that are going to start problems, and it's not necessarily factual, it's opinion based on what they think, I think these people need to start being heavily fined at first, and if they continue, then possibly some sort of legal action be taken against them, because people are dying up under what these idiots be saying. Communities are being ripped apart and destroyed, essentially because people out here acting like it's a game, acting like what they're saying doesn't wind up having consequences, and the consequences aren't for them. The consequences are for the people that are out here, the everyday people, and it's bad, and that's something that needs to be fixed, in my opinion, as well.
My bad, people keep calling me.
All good, all good.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? When it become a popularity contest, that's dangerous. That's the flaw in our in democracy. You know, there's a lot of flaws in everything. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because I don't believe in monarchy or none of that, like praising, a bloodline and all that. It's all good,
Yeah.
but that's not what
No.
I'm into. So, but at the same time, you're right about this press, and I think Trump, Trump might do something about it because he the one that was really on the rampage on their ass on the fake news. He created that line, that phrase, fake news, and that was used everywhere.
Yeah.
He was really about that, but at the same time, you can't stop it because you can't stop somebody's opinion. And then you got YouTube, you got some stars on YouTube that's bigger than network stars.
Yeah, and you can't stop it, and nor should you be able to take people's opinions away from them. I don't think you should. I think everybody's entitled to their opinion, and you can absolutely speak on it. And if you have a platform with a big, loud megaphone, and your voice can reach the masses, then good for you, and you have every right to say what you think and what you like and what you don't like. However, like I said, there needs to be a distinct line drawn, and on this side of it, we have just the news and just the facts based on what we know and what is true to be, true to the facts, to the point. And then on the other side of the line, you can have people's opinions based on the news that we just got. But there needs to be a clear-cut line. People need to know what's news and then what's opinion and entertainment, and there has to be a difference. And people need to be held to a certain standard. Again, when it comes to reporting the news, and a little bit of journalistic integrity will go a long way in this country. Absolutely.
All right, y'all want to play the underdog? I guess Camilla is the underdog. I didn't hear no praises of her for being the first woman to run. I never heard nobody really, you know what I mean, speak on that before. It wasn't no big deal to a lot of people, and now she, even the first black president, now she running for the president. You feel me? It's crazy. So I think she got a chance. She got a fighting chance.
Oh,
I'm just
she
gonna say
absolutely
that.
has a chance. She absolutely has a chance. I'm not hating on her, and like we said, like her forte, her thing, her specialty is law. I mean, is justice. Whether or not she's doing it right or doing it proper, that, in my opinion, I need to see more. I know there's plenty out there, but I haven't really done a lot of research on her because, in my opinion, to me, she's been insignificant, but now she is definitely a player. She's right up in the mix right now, and what she does absolutely matters to everybody now in America. But the reason I don't think that she's gonna wind up taking this presidential election and winning it is because she's really out of her realm when it comes to everything else that has to do with the job. Like, this chick ain't a finance person. This chick is not a foreign diplomat. I don't know what her politics are as far as foreign affairs, but I do not see her sitting down at a table with any president from a foreign country, especially one that we have a dicey relationship with, whether it's Putin, whether it's Xi Jinping or whatever, a guy from China. I know I just slaughtered his name. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, but I don't see her sitting down with foreign leaders and accomplishing anything, and I don't really see her necessarily gaining their respect. Not necessarily because she's a
All right.
woman, but because I don't think that that's her area, bro. I don't know. Every time she goes overseas and she like gives a speech or anything like that, it seems like she's just way off the mark. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't hit. So I don't really see her doing much foreign policy wise, and I don't know what she's
We'll see.
bringing to the
There's a
table.
lot of countries that look at Trump as a joke. So
Oh, for sure, for sure. It's not like he's like some grand master or anything like that, but I believe personally, he's just more well versed in it, just based on his background as a businessman. Like, you have to have some sort of knowledge of how to deal with people, and then on top of that, you got to know what's going on in the world. And I'm not saying she's an idiot; she has no clue what's going on. I'm just saying, as far as foreign policy and being able to deal with other countries and other leaders, I don't really see much in her last few years that says that she's good with that. I could be wrong, but I just don't see it. I just don't
all
see it.
right, we shall see. I gotta head out. I don't know if you want to continue, but yeah, this is good. I like this show. We
Yeah,
talked
absolutely.
about it.
No,
We're gonna continue
I think
covering
this
this
was
type of
good for
stuff,
sure.
and we're gonna get to the
We'll see.
ghetto mess too. But
Oh
EST, shout
yeah,
out to
no,
EST.
We gonna bring
James
the
Hudson.
bullshit. Yeah, definitely.
That's
Shout
what we
out
do.
to the chat, bro. Shout out
Stephen
EST.
Charles.
Shout out James Hudson. Yeah, Stephen Charles. Shout out to all you guys holding it down. We appreciate it. Again, like, subscribe, spread the
These are
word, get in
members.
the comments. Like, let's get
And
it. Let's get it.
yes, indeed. All right, we out. Love y'all.
All right, Bush, be good. Yo, shout out to everybody. Everybody be good. God bless. And hope you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. 1.